Hi everyone. Most of you know me. However, if we have never been formally introduced, my name is Emma Houston and I am a marketing communication specialist here at Seeker Roofing and Waterproofing. I've been here for a little over 2.5 years now, and I have been able to have the great opportunity to see the immense growth that we're having between adding liquid applied membranes and green roofing membranes and just that in roofing alone, but just as a company, we're growing so immensely, and it's so great to see all the new stuff that we're doing. Today, I just want to take a little bit of your time to go over some of the goals that we have as a company, and one of the ways that I believe that we can achieve these goals. So we'll start here with just our goals, and I will get into my big achievement of hopefully that we can kind of put into play here at Sika. I think it'll be great for us in the future. And yeah, so our first goal that we've talked about kind of as a team on the lower level is just to improve customer experience, giving them a hands-on experience to kind of learn more information about the things that they care most when they're making a purchase. We have always had older men who are getting probably close to retirement age at this point. That has been our main focus for years and years. As they retire, that means that we now have to have younger people from a new generation come in and people who haven't really been in the industry as long, and just seeing where we can kind of take that and improve their customer experience from the start is the best thing that we can do. Our second goal that we have talked about is to optimize functionality, not only through marketing efforts, but also in conjunction with our great sales teams that we have. We have so many salespeople, and if we can work to enhance what they're doing and what we're doing just to kind of be an even better team, that it would be such a great goal for us to have. And our third and final goal is to stick within or even better below budget to continue to market our great projects without having to raise their prices. That is obviously everybody's goal, is to kind of stay within budget, but seeing how we can integrate new technologies and new advancements without really breaking the budget or breaking the bank. And it's something that not only we could use in roofing, but all of our other 8 divisions that we have at Sika, they could use too if we find that this works really great for us and shows that we have a lot of more sales and better marketing and just all the good things that come from it. Just as a quick overview before we fully dive in about what we'll be going over, we have about 10 slides that we'll go through just so that everybody has kind of awareness of time for themselves. It's going to be on a really great technology that I've been researching a lot lately, and I know it's been conversations that we've had in the past, and just some cool stuff that's happening hopefully in our future, and just wanted to give you guys some more background of why I think it'd be great to implement kind of as soon as possible at Sika. And even if we had a slow implementation, that's the best that we can do. So my technology that I want to talk to you guys about today is augmented reality. It's a relatively new technology, but it's an interactive experience that enhances the real world with computer-generated perpetual information. It uses apps and software and hardware such as AR glasses. Augmented reality overlays digital content into real-life environments and objects. This enriches the user experience and turns one immediate surrounding into an interactive learning environment, which is particularly valuable in manufacturing and industry. It allows industrial users to become one with the systems and machines that they work with and optimize augmented technology and networks with human ingenuity, observation, and creativity. Having augmented reality, it'll allow users, not only for our applicators, but also our in-house people, to be able to have more hands-on interaction with product. They will be able to easily choose what the best product is for their project, but also for new people coming into our company, it'll give them better training to be able to see really how our products have to work together. I am not a sales rep, I work in marketing, but working with sales reps, I know that it's hard to kind of explain to our people that you have to buy the entire system. You cannot just buy our membrane and go from there. Like, you need to realize why each level of our system needs to work together and why each system needs to be bought as a whole. And having a technology like this where you can see how everything kind of clicks together like a Lego piece and why everything works so well together that you can't skip out on one level, I think would just be so helpful for everybody. Why should Sika invest? Using friendly interaction allows customers to have a deeper understanding of how products and systems work together and why you need to buy a system as a whole to have the best results for your roofing product. The pros outweigh the cons, and users are able to gain real-time answers and real-time building options that you would never receive from a manual or a brochure or even a static web page. We have visuals on our web page, but that doesn't give you the real feel of why things need to work together. Having this visually seeing in front of you and not having to look at just a picture or a brochure of that explains why it's so important, being able to really see that can help everybody from sales to applicators to trainees and even beyond. Somebody at another company who's trying to convince their buyer why it's important that they should go with our business, it just helps everybody from the bottom up. What are the benefits of augmented reality? The benefits for every one of our applicators will be different. Everybody has a different end goal, so their benefits are going to be different. Some are going to gain more benefits from this, some might gain less benefits from this, but either way, it's a visual. A visual is always the best way to do things. People love to put their hands on things, touch it, feel it, smell it, everything. Use all your senses to be able to understand why this is the best product in the industry that you should choose from. Right now, our main target market is older men who might not be so technologically advanced and love the old school ways that they're used to. Having that in your hand to feel and touch and really lay it down on paper to see why you should choose which one that you should choose. However, that's not always going to work. In fact, it won't work for much longer. A new generation is coming into play, and we must work to enhance our abilities and skills and sales to market to the newer generation. This new generation has grown up since day one with technology, and that's what they want to use. They don't care about your paper that you've printed, your brochures that you've printed, all these nice backdrops that you have. They just want to be able to get in there and get their hands on a product technology wise using any of the skills that they've learned over the years to really visualize what it's going to look like. Being able to take a picture of their building and their roof and seeing exactly how it's going to look as a finished product is what people want to see. A great benefit is that this technology is growing just as rapidly as Sika is, which means that we'll be able to grow and change just as this augmented reality technology is also. This gives more accessibility to those who might never have gotten the opportunity before. Going onto a roof is not the most accessible location for many people. That means that potentially half of your workforce wouldn't be able to get onto the roof to give their opinion on why it is a good product that they should get. Having this type of technology opens those doors and opportunities to have people pretend or feel like they are in that space and in that location so that they can add their reasoning and their abilities and their skills and their knowledge as to why it is that you should pick our product. And you don't have to be the most physically fit person to do that. You don't have to have all these skills to be able to do that. Like, you can do that right from your chair, and I think that's the most important part. Everything is right at your fingertips, and you have to take the chances while you have them before it's too late. If we waited too long, all other companies in our industry will be doing things like this, and we'll still be on the back end not doing it, and people won't pick us because of that. Like I said before, the pros vastly outweigh the cons. Making our website and our interactions the most user-friendly as possible with our clients should always be the goal. Having the ability to use augmented reality to show real-time results of the product as a customer is receiving not only will make people excited, but also allow customers to gain more background knowledge of why this is the best product to choose. The main cons are simply just it is expensive. Your cost per user is going to be a little bit higher than what it would be to just print a brochure or print them a sample or any of those types of things. But your pros are going to outweigh that. You're going to have more user interaction. You're going to have a more user-friendly system. You're going to be able to give consumers a deeper understanding and more knowledge of why a product works together and how well that it works together. And they'll be able to ask real-time questions to a user in the game or in the reality world that maybe they wouldn't be able to do if they just had samples in front of them, or if they're at a trade show walking around, they're not going to know the same information or gather the same information that they could get from seeing this product hands-on on their building, not just one small 4x6 square that we normally are able to give them. However, another pro is that if you're able to eliminate the need for someone to always be creating brochures and hard print static options, that person can work to make sure that this system is updated with the newest product information and the newest products and systems and how all the systems work together. Rather than having to always work out a brochure to print it all, they just move that information that they would normally put in a brochure into this system. In our current state, we don't typically invest too much in technology. At Sika, other than having a web page, we really don't use much of technology that has come into our world lately. And technology is becoming more and more advanced every day, and we want to stay up to par with that, or we'll fall behind other companies in the market and in the industry. And they won't take us as seriously because it'll seem like we don't care and we don't want to be the best of the best. Adding in this new augmented reality technology will just be so helpful because we will show that we are working our best and trying to go further in the industry and trying to stay on top of all the things and show that we know that this younger generation is all technology based and doing our best to stay up to task with that. Our estimated cost and buy-in is slightly steep. I know when you're first looking at $30,000, you may be like, holy, this girl is crazy. We do not have an extra $30,000 just laying around in budget to spend on this product. However, this would be our only cost, is the app building costs. From there, it would all be costs that we're already spending. We have in-house trainers. We have people who train virtually. We have people who keep up with our product data sheets. All these people would just give that information to somebody who's working on building the app, and then the opportunities are endless. You can train virtually for new hires, you can train virtually for new applicators, you could do all these things that we've never been able to do before, whether that is having people in our warehouse and in the office to be able to sit with us as a team, especially with our sales teams, to be able to use this product to see how they can have our products on their roof, or if it's something that we send to them in their office and they can do it all in their office if there's no sales reps within their area. There are parts of our country, mainly the mountain region area, Colorado, Idaho, Dakota, is like those areas, we don't have many sales reps in there. And if you can send this type of a product to them so that they can visualize, and then if they had any more questions, then they could talk to a sales rep about what they needed to know, you would just be so much further in the process than having to always plan so many meetings to try to explain why certain products have to work together and what products would work best for their area. You can just see a list of products that would be working best in that location, and they can choose which products that they need, and it'll tell them costs at the end and all the information that they would need to know. Buy-ins could be done mainly just by the marketing and sales teams. Those might be the people that would use it most. But the distribution of these costs can go far beyond that, because the production team could use it to see how a new product that they're trying to create could be used on a roof, or the technical team can use it if there's a new product that they're testing. Research and development can use this for the same reasons of testing new products, and it can be used in-house and out-house. Like, there's just so many benefits, and though the initial $30,000 cost is a lot, the potential of how much that we could be making every year from using this product is so much higher than that, that it'll be back paid, could be back paid possibly within the month. So that is why I believe that we should include augmented reality into our everyday marketing. It isn't a marketing tool that I believe right now is very underrated. And if we were to start it now, then in the next 5 years, every division, all 8 divisions of Sika could be using this product, and we could just be bringing in so much more money than what we're bringing in now, and reaching a whole new demographic and target market that we might be missing out on not using products and technologies like this. But that's all I have for you guys today. So I just want to thank everybody for your time, and please stick around if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to go over things further and kind of have anybody pick my brain and pick your brain and see really where this can go. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.